Wales's former Health Minister, Vaughn Gething, today gave evidence to the infected blood inquiry, where he said he understood people's frustrations at not getting equal support to those in other parts of the UK. The inquiry is examining the circumstances in which patients, many from Wales, were given infected blood back in the 1970s and 80s. Our correspondent Richard Morgan reports.
Paul Summers achieved a lot in his life, all the more impressive considering he spent much of it battling HIV. Paul, a haemophiliac, was given the then deadly disease from an infected blood product as a child. He went on to enjoy a successful career as an architect, but according to his family, it was a burden he always carried.
You can imagine what it was like anybody who was HIV during that period of time and had hepatitis, the stigma, and trying to keep it to himself and the family and get a good career. And that was his fear all the time. And so he never really went public with the situation at any time at all.
Paul died aged 44 of complications caused by his illness. His wife and daughter, now aged 17, have received scant financial support. In March, the UK government announced infected blood victims would receive parity of support across the 4 UK nations. Today, former Health Minister Vaughn Gething, giving evidence to the infected blood inquiry, admitted that was overdue.
The differing levels of payment do have a real impact on how people see themselves, and this question of value. And am I valued differently to other people in other parts of the UK who have all essentially suffered the same injury from the same failing?
Despite the announcement, payments won't be made until December. Yet more frustration for Tony.
I suppose that's the issue, isn't it? Because the longer this whole process drags on, people are dying.
There was a comment made some years ago, interdepartmental in London, that if we wait long enough, there won't be many left to pay out. Yeah. We may only be talking about 12 months of payments, but nevertheless, that would help families who are in a similar position and are struggling to meet their mortgages, their commitments in all directions. It's difficult.
It's thought the inquiry into how more than 4,000 people were given infected blood products in the 1970s and 80s will recommend that compensation is paid to victims and their families. For Tony, it's all about doing the right thing.
There is no closure on this at all. It never can be. But at least we might be able to help if we can get people a better quality of life financially and make certain that they can meet their needs and needs of their families.
Richard Morgan with that report there.